Marina Reutova. Am I saying your name right, darling?
Yes,
Oh,
correct.
awesome. She's an artist who has committed herself to the full journey, where she explores the art of symbol, imagination, and healing through the lens of the Tarot of Marcel. Welcome. The floor is
Hello,
yours.
everyone.
Thank you so much for being here.
I want to start with a little poetry I wrote for the journey. The path of fool begins when one is ready to let go, when one is ready to be free and makes a choice to go on journey of oneself, believing in himself, to get your power back again and dance in your own way, without ties, without fears, just bravely going forward, bringing the light within yourself and shining it on bumpy road. My name is Marina Reutova, and I'm an artist on the Fool's journey. My journey as an artist began when I was studying fashion illustration in Condé Nast, Shanghai, and then the magician from the US gifted me a deck of tarot cards. My mother always told me that the tarot is the creature of the devil. Of course, she's a Christian woman, and what else she could tell me? As she goes to church twice a week, she prays to Jesus, and to her it was like, no, you shouldn't touch it, this is a sin. So when Jared gave me the cards, I said, no, Mom, this is not the sin. There is so much light and so much depth. I just want to show you the Major Arcana I'm working with. And those are the cards which stole my heart. And the series called The Fool's Journey, partially because the Fool is the first card in the tarot signifying the beginning of the journey, but also because this is how I like to see myself and call myself as an artist, as a human being, a creature with a beginner's mind. Every day we have a new beginnings for something, and I find the strength and courage within myself to be on this journey of the beginner all the time. And the most important thing was when I stopped seeing tarot as the way of predicting the future, the tarot started to reveal its gift to me. Because the tarot, it's not about the future. It's about reflecting upon yourself in this very present moment to ask yourself questions. How can I be my true self? What stops me from succeeding? What stops me from finding love of my life? The question always reflects upon the present. And this is where the wisdom was beholding. And since I was a child, I always had a dream to be an artist. And then in Shanghai, I had a beautiful experience of working in Matthew Liu Fine Arts art gallery in Shanghai. And I realized that the world needs more art as never before. We need so much art. We need this fire. We need to make people happy. I was scared to embrace myself and to be an artist. But then I moved to Bali, and the Bali, this is a magical island which wants all of us to be our true self. And this is when magic starts to happen. So last year, 2020, autumn 2020, I finished renovation at my art studio, and I was ready to begin a new journey of my life. And I remember this evening, I had beautiful sunset time with a very close friend of mine, and he told me that he wanted to tattoo something on his body, but he didn't know what to tattoo. So I took out the deck of cards, and we chose a symbol, which was the star from the star. And actually we got pair tattoos together just to like share this beautiful experience. And then I asked Octavio, I was like, listen, I have this idea of painting tarot on canvas, but I don't know like if I should do it. And then I realized that the universe speaks to us through people, because Octavio asked me, why haven't you done so? What are you waiting for? And I heard that call. The sky was speaking to me through Octavio. So when he left, I did the sketch. The next day I ran to my studio and I started to paint the Hermit. This was the card I picked. And who is the Hermit? He's the old man. This is the painting I did. And he's the old man who shines the light into the past. He tells us about our isolation, about taking time to stay alone, to reflect on the past, and to see something we don't really want to see in a daily life. And in this period of time, I was facing a lot of judgment towards my close friend, and I was telling her everything I think, like how I cannot accept this or that part of her. I was playing a good, I was playing an angel, a god, right? I was just being good, and I was pointing on her evil sides. And in this period of life, Hermit appeared. He took my hand and he said, honey, let me show you something. Let me shine the light. upon your darkness. So he took me to a journey and he started to show me myself. I saw myself with my mind's eye. I thought I'm going crazy, but I swear I saw it, how I was treating people really badly in my past, in this lifetime, of course. But of course, I forgot about it because all of us, we want to see our light colors, bright colors. We don't want to see our shadows, our darkness. We choose to see something lightful and beautiful. Why do we want to look there? This is not me. This doesn't exist. But he laughed at me and he said, no, this does exist. And this is you treating people not nicely. So look here, look at the light. I even did this photo to show that the light is taking us into the past. So I was thinking I'm going crazy and losing my mind. And I was asking, like, will it ever finish? When will it finish? And then I realized that I was not judging my friend, I was judging myself. First of all, I was judging myself. I was not wanting to accept myself the way I am, in all colors, in all shadows, in all darkness. So this is when the flashback stopped coming, when I had to do some meditation, some prayers, and to say, yes, I accept all my colors because we are different. It's like the Newton spectrum. You cannot be black or white. Everything happens in between, and you need to love all your shadows and all your sides in order to be complete, and in order to give, and in order to love, and in order to be your real true self. And yes, after the hermit, there was a little boy, the magician. The story of the magician begins with my boyfriend, soon-to-be husband. He's a magician by profession and by his passion. And I thought the #1 Major Arcana will be a great gift for his birthday. So I started to paint it. I knew that the magician is about transformation. It's the new beginning. This is the realization in the profession. It's about making a choice. It's about taking responsibility. It's about opening up your talent and grow and be brave. So I started to paint magician. And then at some point, I feel like there is an energy of a little boy running around me. I know, I can say maybe most of you read the book Saint-Exupéry about Little Prince. So this was the energy of the little prince running around, laughing all the time, being so magical and pushing me into very interesting challenges. And the theme of that period of my life was growing up. And I was learning how to take responsibility. What is responsibility? This is our ability to respond. And for many years, I chose to be in the child's position where I don't want to take any responsibility because it's more comfortable when someone else makes your decisions. And I was also not brave enough to grow into this way. So the magician appeared and he was like, now it's time to grow. I say, okay, man, I'm ready. What's there for me? And the first task was when my boyfriend and his partners asked me to help them to design a restaurant in Bali. And I felt like, no, I'm so scared. How can you do it? Like, I'm a person with imposter syndrome. I'm like, are my ideas can be valuable? I was asking myself. But then I could feel the little boy pushing me from the back and saying, yes, you can do it. You need to grow. So I did it. And in the end, we got a beautiful place with a beautiful design. And the next step in the growth was me starting to do hypnotherapy sessions, because I finished a course at Online Hypnotherapy Academy of Anthony and Freddie Jacquin. Those are two very amazing hypnotherapists in UK. And I was not very brave to start to do sessions. I know I might sound fearful, but all of us have our fears, right? But our fears are pointing out to our strengths. So I made the choice, okay, I'm going to do it. I started from my close friends, and then my close friends started to recommend me to their friends. And this was the most challenging one, to do a session with a person I've never met. But I did it. I was brave to do it. And I saw the beautiful transformation and the process, what was happening with people after, and it made me super happy. My heart was full of bliss. But somehow I couldn't finish the magician for 1.5 months. I was sitting there, what's going on? What's there? Something is wrong. Something is not working. And I couldn't find the answer until my boyfriend took me on a trip. After 4.5 years being together, when I almost gave up idea of marriage, he proposed me and gave me that ring. I came back to my studio super happy, and I finished him within 2 days. So I realized the magician wanted two of us to grow and to make a choice and to be responsible and be brave and be adults. So I want to show you some parts of magician as I deleted my Instagram. This is part of the journey and I still work on my website. I don't have social media to share, but here are my pieces and here is the process of magician. I used to have a pink hair, but now I'm going back to my natural color. So next painting. Next painting was a separate element from Major Arcana number 18 from the moon. I call it baby moon. It's a tiny baby moon, just the moon with the drops and the dots. And she was very tiny, 50 on 50. She took me only three weeks to finish her, but she was very emotional. What is the moon? This is the receptive female power. And to me, this is the universal mother, the feminine aspects of oneself. I can also include their madness, intuition, reflection, all what beholds in woman's heart. And the pre-story begins with that I was not a very wanted child for my mom, and it took me many years to learn the forgiveness and unconditional love. And the moon was the last puzzle, because I remember while I was painting the moon, I was calling my mom, having those very honest, open conversations. I didn't know what was going on, but I knew that this was the right choice. And then at this period of time, I wrote this text about who is the universal mother. And the universal mother, she's the one who takes care of those around her with total love and total acceptance, without any judgment possible. She loves, and this is her purpose, to love and to be loved. She's wise, and she's holding all the wisdom and depth within herself. I would even say the wisdom which is in her genes, in very deep core of her being. She's connected by blood with every alive creature, and every child is her child. She's emotional, and this is her nature to be that way. She's ruling the weather. Mother Nature herself projecting her mood into different places. When she's happy, we see the most magical rainbow above our heads. When she's living her sadness, the rain is watering forests with the tears. And it was not the end, because just a week ago, I did a series of silk screen prints at the studio in Bali, and I want to show you what I've done. The journey with the moon is still continuing. This is the silk screens, and one of them is with the silver leaf. And those are the colorful ones. And the most interesting part that I started to feel my feminine more than ever. And I was doodling so much, making sketches, doing little things. And somehow I saw the magical feminine flower appeared in front of my eyes. So I decided to make a series called Women in Gold or Woman in Silver. And here it is. I'm showing it to you. Those are the series which were born after the moon. After the moon, I had a break for summer from tarot, and I was painting those flowers. And here they are. And this is the silk print I did. And actually, when I was taking photos next to that beautiful tree, this is where I met Myra. She saw my artworks and she asked me if I'm an artist. And I said, yes, I am. And that's how it all happened. Thank you to the moon. Thank you to the feminine power. Thank you to all the women out there for their love and support. And then I thought it was the time begin the fool. I wanted to paint him for a long time, for a very long time. I was like, it's time to paint the fool. But every time I started to work on him, there was something like, it felt strange. How do I do it? It was not feeling right to me to do it. And I decided to ask the tarot, okay, what am I doing wrong? And I take out the lapapes. And the story with lapapes, the High Priestess, begins like 3-4 weeks before that I wanted to start the fool, because every time I do the spread for every single day for like 3 or 4 weeks, I was getting that card. I was getting lapapes. Every day she was falling down from the deck in single spread, and like 4, 3, 5, 6 card spread was always appearing. And then I realized, yes, I am the fool in the fool's journey. I can't paint the fool. I'm the fool. So I'm going there. I'm meeting all those archetype. It's like if you read the book, A Hero with 1,000 Faces, I felt like I'm that hero and I'm on my call. So my next call was the High Priestess. I'm still working on her and she's not finished yet. So that's why like I'm showing you how she looks like right now. And also I'm waiting for my friend to bring the golden leaf and to bring the silver leaf for me to complete the painting with the metal leaves. And yeah, when I started to sketch her, it was going effortlessly. I did her in the most smooth ways. She's very, very feminine to me. And actually, I want to share with you, I did the sketch of an egg And the egg represents 4 elements. The yolk is the fire, the albumen is the water, the inner membrane is the air, and the shell is the earth. And the egg is a very important element in this card. So first I sketched it in the canvas. I added the gold leaf, the silver leaf to see how it's going to match before I make it happen into a big piece. And yeah, I was working on the piece. Then one day, like a month ago, I asked, like, what are the secrets? What are the teachings? I'm ready. Please open up for me. Please show me what's there for me to learn. And then one day I started to feel the urge to call one man. He's a palm reader. I met him once at Ashram of All Religions in Bali, when I came to participate in family reconnecting root ritual, when I was working on that deep forgiveness and love towards my mom. And he said that he's a palm reader, and I felt this beautiful, kind energy coming out from him. So I called him. I said, like, hi, I want to book a session with you. Next day, he comes to my place. We have a chat. He looks into my palm and he asked me, why do you suppress your emotions? And I was shocked. It was like a shock, because for a long time, I just started to suppress my emotions. I'm a very emotional person. I'm a very emotional woman. When I'm high, I'm very happy, very happy. I'm super high and happy. When I'm down, I'm super down in my darkness, and my emotions were affecting people around me so much that I was getting comments from the closest people who are saying I am too much and I have to become normal. So to me, become normal meant I have to shut down my heart and stop feeling. So I was working on shutting down my heart. In the end, my life turned out to be black and white. I lost all the colors, all the taste, everything. I felt miserable, very like sad and normal, exactly normal. But it didn't feel right to me. I was not feeling alive until he asked me, why am I doing so? And I was like, yeah, exactly. Why am I doing so? And then what I realized with High Priestess, she's about purity, she's about virginity, she's about that real, honest nature. My nature is to be that. My nature is to be like an egg, to have fire, water, air, and earth within me, to be fertile, to be everything at the same time. And this was the very, very important lesson I got from her. And since I realized it, I became much, much, much happier, because it was an important one for me. It was a very, very important one for me. And of course, there is much more to share, but I know the time is tight and I cannot take all the time, because I hope you have some questions to ask. So I want to say first, thank you so much for being here, for listening to me. And the funny thing is, before the speech, I took out the card and it was the star. And the star told me, you have to be vulnerable. You have to open up. There's nothing to be scared of. You are the one with the world. There's no separation between me and you. So here I am sharing my story with an open heart. And I don't know where the journey is taking me, because I can't predict the future, but I know I'm what I believe in, and I believe in magic. And I want to say thank you again. Thank you for your time. May you be happy. May you be strong. Namaste.
Namaste. I think I speak for everybody. We are so entertained by your presentation. It's so good. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, I'm trying to go back to Zoom.
Okay.
The chat. Yes.
I have a question for you. After the last card that you presented, are you already on another journey? Are you already on the next step?
I'm still working on La Papes. I'm waiting for gold and silver to arrive, which is happening in 10 days. I ordered from Russia, like this very high quality Italian gold leaf, 23 carats, 1.4 grams, because for her, I want to have the best. She is the best. She's that bridge. She's that mediator. So I want her to have the best.
It really touched me, everything that you just said. I think it's very beautiful and very brave to go through the journey. I really relate to the tarot, and I do believe that we just saw the first talk of something that you will give around the world, and it will have like big audiences. It was amazing, Marina. Thank you so much. There's any questions for her here in the chat? Let me see. Not many. How about you keep I think we were so entertaining. You were so entertaining that people couldn't like stop to ask questions. Do you want to keep talking? Do you want to
Yeah,
share more where
actually,
people can find
there
your
was
work?
a second part of the story with La Papesse, but I thought it's gonna take a lot of time, so I
No,
cut it out.
keep
But
going if you can.
yeah. So the thing is, I had many readings with different people in my life: astrology, feng shui, Badzi, human design, and everyone was telling me like, your purpose in life to be the teacher. And I was like, no, 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 I'm not gonna teach no one. Like, no way I'm gonna teach. And then when I had this palm reading session with a guy, his name is Anton, he looked into my palm and he told me the same, you have to be the teacher. And I'm like, oh, maybe one day when I grow old. So then he invited me to this beautiful workshop he was giving, and the workshop was called The Art of Giving, actually. And him and his partner were teaching us, like people who came to this workshop, how to give unconditionally, how to give effortlessly, and how to give without expecting anything in return. So I had to go on stage and present myself, which was very scary for me, but I did it. And then we were all speaking about ourselves, and the guys told me that my art of giving is to teach others art, how to paint. And I said, no, 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 I'm not doing that, maybe one-to-one. But the funny thing is, two people approached to me earlier, like 2 days before the workshop, asking me if I can teach them how to work with gold leaf, how can I help them to paint? And I say, okay, let's do it one-to-one, I can do it. But then the life had a different opportunity for me. So I had to present a project of my art of giving and bring it to next day for the second day of the workshop. And then I realized, okay, because one girl at the workshop, she said one phrase which came straight to my mind. She said, I cannot paint straight lines. And I said, it's not about you painting straight lines. You need to make them alive. It's like Egon Schiele artworks. They're never straight, they're never square. And in nature, when we look around, the trees have their imperfect shapes. Everything has imperfect shapes. It's only human minds which wants to give it a perfect shape, a square or a triangle. So it inspired me a lot. And I decided to make this workshop for women where I will be teaching them how to make woman in gold. We call it this way. And I proposed the idea of my workshop, which will be happening at my studio 5th of December. And 6 out of 6 girls said they want to do it. They're coming to my workshop and they donated money for me to make it happen. And everyone came and hugged me together into the group hug. I was crying so much because I had so much support and so much love. And this was another lesson of La Papesse. She's a teacher, she's a mediator. So I have to go on this path and teach them what I can. I don't need to be Picasso in order to teach them arts, but I can teach them what I know within myself, what is right, and it doesn't need to be difficult. Yes.
That's for sure. I can share that I personally have been learning a lot with you in our conversations to prepare for this forum. I think it's very open the way that you present what you went through. So it teaches us through your journey, you know, it really helps us to think about being more open, to be able to also walk our own path, our own journeys, you know, and keep evolving. I think is important. I have a question for you. What is what happens after the last tarot card?
After the world, you mean? After Le Monde?
Yeah,
the full.
Le Monde 21, card 21.
The full happens. The full.
The full comes back.
The full. I am the full. I can't paint the full yet, but I can't paint him when I'm ready to go to the next journey. And then this is mystery. I haven't planned it that much ahead because I simply have no clue how long it will take me to finish all of them.
That's good. That's good. But like in the tarot card journey, not in your journey, like people here that don't know about the tarot card.
I was thinking about minor arcanas, but then maybe one lifetime is not enough. So I honestly haven't thought about it. It's just like I trust completely with my heart to the universe, to the life, and I know like something will pop up. It will happen.
Okay, Chris Coyle is saying here, you are an excellent speaker as you impart such emotion that is truly engaging. that makes for a great teacher. I totally second that.
Thank you so much. You cannot even imagine how stressed I am. Like, I'm just like, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. I had a meltdown 2 days ago. I was crying so much. I was like, no, I can't do it. I need to call Myra. I can do it. But then I was like, okay, no, I have to do it. I said yes. I'm not like this. I need
That's
to be.
amazing. If I'm being honest, I had to say yes too, because it was not easy putting all of this together. And it's my first online conference, so it was like really overworked and a little stressed. So, and everybody said yes to come and see us. So there's a bunch of yeses here together creating magic.
Thank you so much, Myra. You are an amazing organizer. I'm blessed. I'm honored and blessed to be here with this group of people and to have an opportunity to speak and to tell my story. It means a lot for me. Thank you. You made me grow. Let's put it this way.
Amazing. It's just the first step. I could totally see you speaking and to big audiences while you were giving your presentation. Thank you so much.